The focus is going to be on the classic cars. Nice to see Eric Mouton getting that DeVille up onto the front row. He's been working on it quite feverishly of late. I saw him on Facebook. But that motor really barking properly and sounding very good. Let's hope, Eric, that his tyres will last on that one, because he's going to give it stick. Michael Hitchcock will be right in there. Eric van der Merwe had a chat to Eric earlier on in the pit lane. Eric says that Porsche hasn't touched it for 2 years. He just gets in, turns the key and drives just tyres, etc. Wait for the lights to go out. The lights go out, and Franklin Audio gets on the pedal, loud pedal, and Eric Mouton's up alongside him. Mouton gets a good drive down towards turn number 1. Is Mouton going to get the whole shot, or is Donadio up on the inside? That shorter wheelbase coming to the favour there of Franklin Audio as they make their way up the Uber straight up towards. But look at Mouton getting the muscle of that big DeVille. It's like a block of flats, and now he's going to stop it. And Michael Hitchcock looking up on the inside, but it's Eric closes that door on him. And Eric van der Merwe sitting there in P4 head of Honeywell, and then it's Dave Aladev, Jared Thompson, and Trevor Momberg and Byron Medin all making their way down towards Interceptor Corner.
Oh, it's lovely to see small nippy cars versus very grunty cars of longer wheelbase, and it just shows you now where the benefits, where the advantages are for each of them as well. They come onto the Tygerberg straight now, and they will go through turn 4. Now the back straight. Here is where the V8 will have the legs now over the Escort, but don't underestimate. Here they come now in the slipstream. Will then run towards the Fastron turn. They'll be side by side, but watch now, under braking, and of course it'll be Donadio. They'll be later under braking over there on the outside. He will then run very close though to the back there of the Mouton DeVille, and Hitchcock will be holding it in at the back there as well, just right behind them.
Well, Eric Mouton is using the muscle as he goes down towards holes. That big Chef DeVille throwing flames, the fire-breathing machine, makes its way into the left-hand holes hook, works its way around. Michael Hitchcock gets a bit closer to the back end of Frank Donadio. The front three now getting away from the rest of the field there. Eric van der Merwe trying to hang on there to be part and parcel of that race. Now Frank Donadio up on the inside of the DeVille. Ooh, they almost touched going into Quarry Corner, but Eric Mouton being gentleman-like lets Frank go through and says, don't worry, back straight's coming, I'll see you there.
Well, Dave Aladev is having a lovely battle over there with Trevor Momberg now, BMW versus Ford, and that could allow Jared Thompson to close up. Been confirmed by Tiny alongside us over here. Meanwhile, the leader's coming through. It is still the Chevy DeVille. They're giving the body roll on that DeVille coming around, and he goes off the circuit briefly onto the dust and losing out 2 positions in turn 1.
Frank Donadio just weaving his way through there. Michael Hitchcock says to Ferdy, thank you very much. Not to Ferdy, to Eric Mouton, sorry. And Eric now, I think the rubber is maybe wearing off a bit in the back. It's a block of flats that he's driving around. I mean, let's face it, he's got to try and keep that one on the circuit. He might use the back straight to try and reel them in. There's a lot of muscle under hood there. Michael Hitchcock sits in second place. He's up behind Frank Donadio. Donadio up into the double right-hander. He goes right and works his way around. Keeping off the attentions there of Michael Hitchcock. Eric Mouton gets down onto the floorboard, and here comes Michael Hitchcock on the side there of Frank Donadio. Donadio dives up on the inside, but Hitchcock's right there with him. Hitchcock. And coming through. So now there's a bit of a slow driver up ahead. But those holes. And holding in a defensive line there is Franco Donadio up on the inside. And saying there to Michael Hitchcock, you want to get past me, you're going to have to work for it.
Yeah, no, they come right past the now. So Dave comes across the line then. It is, of course, very close, only a tenth of a second between himself and Andrew Honeywell. Jared Thompson still leading Class B from Fanning McConnell. Lane Hutchins leading Class C at the moment. Ahead there of Doc Jeff Bill. It is 9.44. Remember, Lane Hutchins in the Type 2 Golf. Dion Conradi, the third place man in the Conquest, is ahead of that turbocharged machine of Devon Pillay, the Porsche 944. Addis Viljoen in 14th position, but 4th in class in the Alfa Romeo GT Junior. Trevor Hutchings now finding himself in car number 71 in 15th position in East Rocco.
Right, so we basically changing up the commentary part here. Next to me, Dexter Bruce. Dexter, you watching this? What do you think?
I'm quite intrigued by how nimble the Francois, the Franco Donadio Escort is compared to the Eric Bouton V8. It's unbelievable. Every single corner that he goes into, Franco has him on the brakes. He has him on the power. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, Franco, that 2-litre... on the layout pedal and works his way down towards holes and gets past Franco. But through the twisty bits, Franco tends to come up, like you said, up on the inside.
Franco's got that nimbleness of that Escort, and I think he's been campaigning that car for quite some time, and he's got that car pretty much sorted out now.
Yeah, no, definitely. Byron, how's things your side, brother?
Well, just taking a look now down to turn 1, it looks like the Capri of Trevor Momberger side by side with Dancing Dave Valadev, and he will poke the nose right ahead. They've got Andrew Honeywell right ahead of them, and they're going to get onto the Joubert straight now.
So the front runners of the classic cars now mixing it up with the fine cars down the back straight into Petamina Fostron corner, and it's going to be still Franco Donadio who now comes out front. Like Dex was saying, Donadio noses up on the back of Donadio, but Donadio goes defensive. He'll go towards the inside, hold back line,
yeah.
take it down into all.
Yeah. Michael Hitchcock holding him down the back straight, but unfortunately, when they get onto the brakes, that Franco Donadio Escort is on it. When he gets on back onto the power, he can deliver that power so much more quicker and so much more earlier that the big V8 cannot catch him running into turn 2 as they go around and chasing the course 944. And again, it's Franco Donadio up front and Michael Hitchcock with that big V8, a Mustang notchback just behind that. Yeah, looking very, very sweet. And they'll catch him through Interceptor corner for sure. There we go. Got him. Absolutely.
No, that's obviously a small marker they're getting across. Hitchcock down going to try and pedal him down the back straight because that's we can roll in the V8 power. Probably got about, what, 540 horses under the hood there, you know. Pull your average Volkswagen to Joburg in a couple of hours.
And some. Absolutely.
Right, so they're making way. Donadio still leads out. Hitchcock trying to reel him in, but that Pinto working overtime, going down towards the Fostron. Good double frames in the fine car class, gets that blue light flashed at him to say there's some quick cars coming up behind you, stay out the way. He manages to make his way through turn 5, Petamina Fostron. Donadio is absolutely murdering that Escort, Byron.
Yeah, no, indeed he is. Now, suffering from a bad misfire over there, so unfortunately dropping down the order as we speak. We don't have Dex with us over here as well. We have, of course, Ernest Page alongside us over here. Now, thanks for joining us, Ernest.
Yeah, and I've thought about that Sirocco many times over. I don't know what he's doing driving that corner circuit. I would wrap it in bubble wrap, put it in the garage somewhere and leave it in a corner. But this is what the historic race is all about. As we see that little Morris mine over there, that's Rolina over there in the Morris mine. On the outside, they've got Alfa Romeo in the mix of Mustang. And that's what we love about historic racing, isn't it? It's the cars aren't evenly matched and you get that seesaw all the way through the circuit.
Yeah, that's some lovely stuff out there. And, well, like you say, the mix is always good. and it makes for interesting racing. It also gets difficult for some of the fine cars or the slower classic cars when the likes of the Denardios and the Hitchcocks come flying through. You've got to hold your pace because you don't want to create a bit of a calamity there. Watching down the back straight, lights ablaze there on the Denardio's car. Hitchcock up behind him. There's the development on.
Between second and third positions at the moment, between the cars they are happening. The DeVille will make it ahead there of the Porsche 944 as they run down into turn 1 over there as well.
Well, Michael Hitchcock's just got ahead there of Franco Donadio. I think we've got about a lap and a bit to go. Can you look at Franco come up alongside him, and he puts it in there. The tyres are absolutely biting chunks out of the tar as he works his way around. Hitchcock says, I've got power here. You're going to have to deliver on the tyres.
The gloves are off, boys. The gloves are off. These two are going at it. Hammer and tongs, 4-cylinder versus the big 8-cylinder. Absolutely fantastic to see this.
And it's also a bit of power to weight ratio there, you see. So you've got to drive the 2.5 ton Mustang.
You're making me feel really guilty from having it burger now. Because now
just quickly there, Francois. Appelgren is currently leading the flying cars class at the moment. I see there's a bit of a timing error over here. I see Lewis is up ahead. Appelgren in the E36 BMW ahead of Koenraad Mathieu in the number 17 Porsche 928. Tischendorf in the Jetta is in 22nd position, with third in the flying cars class.
I see Trevor Momberg's fallen way back, so he must have a bit of an issue. Coming. The line. Hitchcock leads. I've got about a second and a half over Franco Donadio. They're on their final lap. Here comes Eric McCon ahead of Eric van der Merwe. So that's your front four, and they've absolutely blown away from the rest of the circuit.
Oh, well, sorry, that was my fault, guys. I saw the Ford Escort getting very sideways over there in the second place, man. I got a little bit excited. I might have forgotten that I'm on the mic with you guys, but the Escort getting very sideways there. The Mustang now starting to peek out a little bit of a gap. Will it be enough till the end of the race? We're going to find out in a lap or so.
Right, so yeah, they come down into the Deceptor corner. There's a couple of the fine cars in there, and then the leaders rolling in. Now, this is going to play into the hands of Franco Donadio because it'll slow up Michael Hitchcock a little bit, and Hitchcock going up on the inside of the cars. They're trying to work his way through. Franco Donadio caught up there behind Trevor Hutchins, who was sounding a bit bubbly and squeaky. Now he slips out there, slings the car around. They're going to come hurtling down the back straight. Dion Conradi takes a bit of an offline there, and Donadio's got to weave his way through to stay in touch there with Michael Hitchcock, but I think Michael has maybe done enough.
Yeah, they're going to have you just slalom through the back markers here, though, Francois, and that's playing in here into the hands so far of the Mustang of Hitchcock. Here down to the line, though. Look at them.